Hello from the Smart Pen team. So we have heard that there have been a couple of issues that have arisen in your team, and so we as a team that started off initially as not a high performing team and were able to make a complete 360 to a highly functional team, want to give you some pointers about how we specifically took our team from low functioning to high functioning. So first we're going to start off with Shivanshu, who's going to talk about the first phase of our plan.
So the first phase that we feel is very critical is the determination of the current situation. Now, the reason this is such an important phase is because it is very important to understand what the existing problems are in the team. It is very important for us to investigate the issues that pertain in the team in terms of team dynamic, team communication, and other aspects. So to start off, what we'll be doing is we will understand the miscommunication between the current team head, that is Analog, and Mr. Gizmos. We will talk with Ms. Analog and we will sit down, we will discuss what are the communication gaps, what are the issues that are present in terms of the team's progress, team's development with her as team leader. Then we will also understand what this miscommunication occurs with Ms. Analog as well as those under her team members, those who she is managing. We'll understand why the team morale is low. It is important for this current situation to understand that why the team morale is low and why the team itself is not being very receptive. Simultaneously, people have left the team. We want to understand the attrition issues. And lastly, we want a turnaround of the each other team to meet the production targets and to meet its goal set by management. Now we'll discuss phase 2 with Ishan.
So as Shiv alluded to, the first definitive phase is essentially an investigation phase. And the way that we're doing that is through communication. And so we really believe that communication throughout the entire team structure is highly important to understanding these issues so that we can properly address them in our next phase. The first thing that we want to do is we want to communicate with the current manager. We want to see what they believe are the issues. We want to understand why the team members left from their opinion, and we want to understand what they think, what she specifically thinks the timeline for the tasks are. This also involves understanding why there's a current issue and a gap between Mr. Gizmos and with her as a manager, as all of these issues have been kind of matriculating down into issues with other team members and issues with communication across the board. So the next thing that we need to do, and the thing that we really believe is one of the most important things, is to then talk individually with all of the team members. We think that talking to the team members and getting their perspective is extremely critical to the success and the turnaround of this entire project. And the way that we want to do this is we want to sit down individually, we want to understand what their opinions are about the current project status, we want to understand where they believe we can improve, where they think that things are going wrong, and what are the things that we can do as managers to then help them in succeeding so that they feel that they're at their most optimal situation, that they're at the most optimal ability to work well. The last way that we want to communicate is by trying to contact the members who have left. So obviously you guys have had an attrition of a couple members, as Shiv mentioned, but what we want to do is really understand why they left, what issues they had, and the things that they believe that we can do that could have been changed that would have been able to keep them. We believe that understanding all of these issues and that understanding the perspective of all of these people will really help us get a good base and a good investigation of the things that we can do to change, and will help aligning the goals of you all and the team with the goals that we want to set up for the team moving forward. So in our next phase, Sonia is going to discuss how we're going to move forward.
Now that we've very effectively assessed the root cause and investigated what factors led into the attrition rate of people, or why they were not really happy with the project or with the skills or the tasks or whatever reasons, we move forward to looking into the implementation changes which we would like to build in. And these changes include both a short-term and long-term goal, how we could cumulatively bring in people immediately to make some changes and see how it goes moving forward, as well as have some changes being developed over the time, so that could help the team effectively. Essential things which we always see in a team is how to improve communication. And as a management team, we would be able to implement it by providing expertise on how managers could have one-on-one meetings between the managers and the team members, both their upper management as well as their immediate team. Secondly, have roundtable conferences with members from different teams, so they can have a collaborative environment where they can assess what the progress is and how they may be lacking, or if there are any roadblock that could be assessed. Thirdly, an open door policy for managers, so any member of the team can anytime freely go and speak with them and mention the kind of stress maybe they're having, or if they're maybe doing good, or if there's something which is maybe pausing their work effectively. And then secondly, improve team dynamics. Trust and the team relationship is very important. How a team bonds on a daily basis outside the office doors is something we would definitely target. And in that case, we would organize team building and social activities. It could be games, it could be having a table tennis or a pool table set up inside office, which would help team members come together and speak something outside their work and release their tension. Thirdly, an open place is what we would like to target to help them speak their minds. Now we look at some of the other implementation changes which are more focused on the purpose or the vision that could bring between the managers and team members, and how they could move together with a shared goal moving forward. Every person in a team would definitely have their individual goal, and our aim moving forward is how we can collaboratively have a project assigned to them which aligns with their individual goal as a project moves forward, and distribute tasks effectively. We would also look into the technical skills each member of a team have, and every 4 to 6 months we derive that a plan goes forward where a team which may or may not require would still have to go ahead and take the training for new technical skills they may learn, which would help them gain more knowledge as well as expertise, so that they can not only contribute to their immediate team but as well as help out other teams. We would now like to move forward to the steps we take into looking into the future.
Okay, so after we made some change to the team, we need to make sure every change we made works really well in the team. So we need to maintain and move the team forward. The first thing we need to do is, during our every meeting, we need to have some person take the notes and to understand the areas we need to improve and what the current status of our work is. And the second point, I think, is from the Eugene Kranz. So in his team, he built his team by creation of sport teams that two teams play together to increase some inner bonding relationships among every team member. So we want to do this kind of similar strategy by doing the creation of sports teams. And the third one is we will have some social outings, probably monthly, and we need to reward to encourage everyone to participate. But however, we cannot say, oh, you go to these social activities and you get a reward. And instead, we will say we can leave probably 4:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon and give you everyone 1 or 2 hours extra hours to participate in this event. Fourthly, we will also update our team charters based on our progress and anything we need to improve as we move forward. Lastly, managers should coach and develop every team members. For every 6 months, we will also have a manager review performance to ensure managers did really coach and develop every team members. So that's the phase 4, and Chase will do a summary for our team.
So we have decided that these are the 4 phases that work best for turning our team around, and we think that they will help you too. So first of all, as Shiv talked about in phase 1, you need to assess the current state of things. Then in phase 2, you need to do an investigation, understand the root causes of the problem. And then in phase 3, the actions that are required to transform that. And then phase 4 is to maintain and move forward. So how do we make sure that what is happening right now doesn't continue to happen in the future? So thank you from our team, and would anyone like to?
So we believe that with all of these changes, the changes that we've all gone through, the issues that we've had, we believe that our expertise can be used to turn this team around and to really make you into a high functioning and high progress team as we turned into. So thank you, and we hope
Thank
that
you.
you find some value in our comments.
Thank you.
Thank you.